Someone order a fluffing? Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted. Right, here we go. Monday, fluff piece. It's 4 PM. Don't forget, everyone, the videos are now 4 PM GMT. BST, if we're in the summer. Anyway, I'm Paul. This is Milehousestudios Studios. There's some signs. I do some swearing, like fuck and wank. If those two words offend you, then I feel sorry for your skin thickness. Now, I'm doing a review of a lefty. Makes no difference. I was going to say this is for all you lefties out there, but it's just a guitar. But what it does mean is that I probably won't be able to demo this thing because I can't play it. I've tried holding it. It's like holding someone else's willy. Jesus. Does being a lefty come with a blue badge? Because it fucking should. So here we go. I can't even hold it to you. It's odd. Here is an Harley Benton. I don't know what it is. Let me just put the neck rest up the disabled end. It is the Harley Benton ST, oh, fucked it, sorry. The Harley Benton ST20HH Active. It's got active pickups, and even more worryingly, it's got cheap active pickups in it. I don't know what they sound like. I'm afraid to plug it in because I don't work back to front topsy-turvies. But the reason I'm doing this one is because it belongs to a friend of mine locally, and he has tried setting it up using tips he's seen on my videos, and something's not quite right. So I said, bring it in, I'll have a look. It's interesting for me because I'm telling you all to set your own guitars up, and you watch me and we set guitars up, cheap ones, and we turn them into fucking worldies every week. But I don't want to take that for granted. It's not that easy, all right? If you're the sort of man that struggles to put a shelf up or get your wife over the line, you might struggle trimming a nut down. That's all I'm going to say. It's not all I'm going to say. I've got a 25-minute video to make. But you get the gist. How's it looking, Phil? Oh, sharp. God. Oh, my God. I'm bleeding. So it is a satin matte black destroyer. And we've got some issues. We've got maximum buzzy buzzersons. Everything is shit. The intonation is clearly wrong. Fuck it, I'm just going to take the strings off. I don't care what's wrong. Let's just take the strings off and run through the routine. That's the easiest thing to do in this instance. Strings off under tension. Because people still think the guitar is going to implode. Don't put strings down in your bin when you've got wet epoxy in there, you moron, mung bean. Don't forget you can buy your loved ones a Milehouse Studios neck rest. Woo! I've only got about another 1,000 downstairs in Fritzels. So we are just going to matter of fact run through the order I do things. I've got the strings off. Fret ends. Not bad at all. Not wonderful. All right, you're not going to rub your nuts on there and not expect a bit of minimal chafing, but they're not bad. So we'll give them a 7 out of 10. Well done, Harley Benton. And they've cut the tangs off and undercut the frets. So they've tried. So that's a good one. It's so backwards. Out comes the not straight edge. No idea what the scale is of this thing. It's been a while since I filmed a fluff piece. So once you take your strings off, the neck is going to have a massive back bow. So you have to reverse the truss rod tension, take that tension off, get the neck straight. Let's be clear about one thing. All work done on a neck in this situation has to be done on a dead straight neck. No queef of relief, dead straight. There's no tension on that truss rod at all. It is slopping around in the pocket. I know exactly how that fucking feels. Lovely. Right, perfect. Exactly why dual action truss rods are a thing of the gods. It's not a spoke wheel, but we'll let them off. 3 out of 10. We've got a dead straight neck and it looks very nice. This is I would be tempted to say that that's fake wood. The fretboard is Rose Acer. No idea what the fuck that is. I think it might be a fake wood. It's a 42mm nut. It's got 22 sausages. They're very big sausages. Dual action truss rod, die cast machine heads. It's matte black, which means it will go glossy where all the bits that you rub it. And yeah, it's a poplar body. It's got a bolt-on neck made of maple that they've painted black, which is very, very satin. I like the neck on this. It's very nice. It's backwards, but it's nice. Now, we've got the neck straight. Let's have a little check for cheeky rockers. I've given someone me Fertilizer cheeky rocker, so I'm back on a stew mac. Bought this little mini one. I'm going to give this to Jojo Fry. She's down on Friday to look at her guitar because she's having problems following instructions as well, innit? I'm not going to say she's thick.
How dare you?
If you've got a tiny rock and you can't quite get rid of it, if it's the tiniest of rock, then don't panic, all right? The tiniest of rock, just hear it. Don't worry about that too much. If you're tapping frets, you're trying to improve the game. If you've got proper seesaws, you're fucked, all right? But all we're going to do, look, all along the fret. Those first three, very good. I've got a rock there. Gentle tap, all right? Not a Ferrotone Studios tap.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wow.
We're not trying to get down to the workshop floor. Now I've done that one, go back one. Just check you haven't made that one rock. Right, I'm going to fire through here and we'll see what result we get at the end. We might be happy, I might not be happy. I might put the leveling beam on just to give her a little touchy-touchy. Touchy, thank you. But until then, I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to turn the cameras off because I don't want 98GB of data to go home because I've got things I need to save downstairs on the computer that I'm pulling off the dark web.
One eternity later.
Right, back in the room. We've done a fair bit. I'm pretty much happy. You could stop at this point. Most of those rocks, there's a couple. There's one giant one there. We could spot level. If you've not seen how the spot leveler works, it's got a bit of a depression there in the fucking doofer. You can go like that. You can find your rocker. You can just sand that one fret. Sometimes you set your guitar up at home and it's just one buzzy string, normally around the 12th fret. If your relief is right and your string heights are within reason, sometimes you can spot level. I'm not going to do that because, yeah, we're going to be nice. We're going to get this done proper, aren't we? Let's get this set up lovely. The gentleman's name is Tim, by the way. I did ask him if he wanted to film the demo and he absolutely fucking didn't. So that's fine. We're not going to force anyone to do anything around here. Not when it comes to guitar-related issues anyway. We're going to leveling beam this. I'm going to get it absolutely perfect. We're just going to run through it, all right? There's no need to put the necks in clamps or anything. We're just going to red up this. Mask up your fret if you're worried about being able to get a bit of pen on in a straight line. Or if you want, you can use your fretboard protector and you can colour it in that way, all right? I don't have to take much off here. That's the whole point of what we're doing. I'm going to drop this humbucker down because that's very, very high. Hi! Oh, I didn't mention Alan. A couple of people have noticed that there is another dog on the internet called Walter that I've nicked and I use him for my clip for Alan. It's not intentional. It's Alan's real name in the real world is Walter, and he does actually make that noise. There's lots of clips. You can search for Walter the dog online. But for all intensive purposes, because if you're new here, there's a dog that barks all the time. I've never seen it. He's annoying, but I'm sure he's very cute, and I've called him Alan. I don't even know his real fucking name, but because we use Allen keys, that's the origin of Alan. I think I did film a clip of him barking out the window. He's very quiet in the winter. In the summer, he's out all the fucking time irritating me. Right, I've got the neck pretty well supported. We're going to triple check. The reason I don't take my neck up is because I like to double check that the neck is straight all the way through the process. If you see someone doing this online and they're sanding and they're pushing and the neck's bending as they're sanding, change the channel, run away, rinse your eyes out with bleach. Don't do that. We are going to go at this with the weight of the bar. That is it. You don't even have to take all the pen off, right? That's something I've learned in the last few months. We're just going to do that and just get rid of the high spots. little finger underneath if you want for the reach around.
I better use my strong hand.
It'll take you longer because you're not pushing, but it don't matter. Sometimes they prefer it if you just put it in and don't move very much. So we can double check again now. Rocking gets you 95%, maybe 92.3% of the way, all right? But if there is like a group of dipped frets, maybe a poor fretboard or something along those lines, then you're only going to check 2 apart. So if you have got a bit of a dip there, it doesn't solve everything. So the leveling beam is the ultimate leveler, all right? And I know people who are like, oh, you shouldn't be leveling, but fuck off. It makes it perfect, okay? I think the coarsest sandpaper I've got here is like, I think it's 400. It might be a little bit coarser, it might be 320, but it's not taking a lot. And I'm just going to go back and check again. I can see that we're just literally rubbing the top of those frets. And a couple of them we've really walloped it down. That was a troublesome one there. So those 3, they've had a good knockdown. There's a few in the middle here, and that's really sorted us out. Now, I've got a couple of leveling beams. I do really like the crimson ones. They're lovely, but you can get cheaper ones. The quality of sandpaper is more important, and they also sell that at Crimson. You can buy it. I'm going to go up and down now with a few different grits. And these 2 finer grits, I'm going to make sure I'm just holding the fretboard and I'm just running it across. Not really taking much off, but we're just making sure that all the scratches are going in the direction of your fret and your string bend. That is it. Don't push hard enough for the net to deflect. I like to support it around about the 4th fret, so it's pretty strong there anyway. This beam is bridging pretty much the whole fretboard. Don't be tempted to get little ones. Fretalizer do this one, which is handy for little spot levels, but in all, I prefer a full lengther to the balls every time. That's all I'm saying about that. Right, now we're going to re-pen it up. Music Nomad, don't buy any more of their gear, but that's brilliant. Those frets are pretty much exactly the right profile for the wide section of the Music Nomad fret file. So that was the easiest bit of recrowning, and we didn't take anything off really, not a lot at all. Right, I'm going to mask up the body because it's very matte and I don't want to fuck it up. Now we've done that, I'm going to do fret ends, which as I said before, they don't need a lot, they're pretty good. Now, here's an interesting point, all right, before I get too stuck in. Occasionally, I will look on some of the forums on Facebook, the Luthier forum. If you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it. That's a good point. But there's a lot of debate whether you should be filing up or whether you should be filing down. And all I'm going to say, for the sake of posterity, is it don't matter a fuck. When you touch it at the end, when Phil gives it a fucking cheeky rub with his 3rd pokey knuckle, they've just got to be banging. It doesn't matter how you do it, all right? And moaning about how other people file a fret wire. Fucking hell, how shit is your life? Right, now we're going to move on to the best bit of the whole experience, the fretalizing. If you've not got one of these, buy one if you want to work on your own frets. They are incredible. We'll bring Dave over this side. So I'm going to fretalize 15, 2, 4, 4 and 8. We're going to polish these up to a bit of magnificence. The fretboard's quite rolled on this. It's not bad at all. If your fretboard's not rolled, you've got options. Screwdriver shaft, compress the end of your fretboard in. You can't go wrong with that. And that'll just roll it in. That'll help. You can do that by all means. Or if you want to be a bit more aggressive, you can go at it with a bit of sandpaper. And you can really take the edge off your fretboard. You can do the ends of your frets. We'll do that, shall we? Shall we do that? Nice waft of sandpaper. I don't know what grit this is. It comes with the fretalizer spot leveling gear. Dunno. But we're just going to do that, look. It's going to just round the top of that fret there a little bit. And it's going to round your fretboard off. Move the clamp out of the way. All the way. I'm resting on the guitar with my elbow so it don't fucking move around. Well, I'm going to whip through with the fertilizer. There's no need to be going through that on the filming. It's fucking brilliant. Anyway, Magicatelli, I'll see you. Oh, I'm going to show you how I wind a string on. Fucking hell. And then after that, we're going to suck some eggs. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, back on the tools. I've been downstairs. I've had a coffee. I touched myself inappropriately. Just enough time for my own special sauce to see if it will soak into this Lego fretboard. It hasn't. I wiped most of it off. I didn't really. I only do that up here. I don't do it downstairs. Vintage discharge from Axe Wax. Lovely little product that, but any oil will do. People do often comment, oh, I use mung bean oil that I bought a jar in 1942 for 2 6p and I've still got 7/8 of a 16th left. Brilliant, mate. Any oil will do. Rub it with fucking fish batter if you want. I don't give a shit. Might give you smelly fingers. Might remind you of the wife. That's enough. Right, we're going to string her up. And I'm going to... I'll get strung up for showing you how to string up because that's how the internet works. NYXL 10-46s. It's a Fender strength. It's a Fender strength. It's a Fender scale length. So you might prefer to put 9s on. It does make it a little bit more flubbery. I do like a 9 on a Strat, but I'll go with 10s because I'm a man, a fucking real man. Here's my over-engineered string winder. Woo! She could probably do with a little charge. Right, so here we go. You get your gold one, which is your first one. Lowy, gold, gold. Poking through your ferro, your straight ferro. Well done, Harley Benton. I'm going to come up here, 1.5. You can just go 1 if you want. Just past 1. Clip him off. Clippity clop. I'm going to poke it in the hole so he's just coming out, sticking out the air, little nubbin. It's like I've just taken my pants off. Like a chicken's beak. In reverse. Give it a little stretch. Done. That string is on. Let's do the red one. I'll show you again, just in case you don't fucking get it. It's like I'm touching it with someone else's because it's all back to fronties. So again, it's going in that peg, so I'm going to go to the next one. Just past. Alright? I've got to keep swapping hands. Fucking you lefties are fucked up, I'll tell you. Weirdos. Just past. Give it a little kink so we've got a bit of friction. If you don't do it the same as me, then good luck winning an argument because I'm an international lover and player. So go fuck yourselves. I'll see you in a minute when we're all strung up. And yeah, we'll do some basic setup and then I will muscle through a demo. I might have to just pluck individual strings. I might even give you some clean tones. But it's active pickups. They're not for cleanisms, are they? They're for... Right, so just a quick run through the order of play now. I've strung it. I've tuned it. That's it. I've given the strings a bit of a stretch. Dave, come on, boy. I've tuned it. I've strung it. Let's have a little look at the neck relief because it's going to need altering. And I've got a mountain of relief there. That's for anyone hard of hearing on the screen there. That means queef of relief. That's the universal queef sign. It's not. I just made that up. I don't even know where that came from. So when you're looking down the end of your shaft, take your ruler off clockwise. Move those 2 strings out of the way. Clockwise from this end, which is the same direction as a clock. Just so you feel a bit of tension and then go another little bit. Almost there. Naturally, we're looking for a queef of relief, which is daylight. Just a bit of daylight through the middle. Right in the middle there, on that one, where it says fertilizer or fart laser, as everyone likes to read it. Bit of daylight, that's all you need. Good fretboard, this one. People will argue that a neck should be dead straight when you're playing it, and some people prefer a dead straight neck. That's fine. If you're a cowboy chord player, sometimes a bit of relief is nice. And also necks move seasonally, so you know, your neck's going to back bow and forward bow depending on the humidity of the country you live in. So a little bit of relief. If it does want to back bow a little bit, it won't completely fuck it, but hopefully you're learning a bit and you can adjust it anyway. It's not the end of the world. If you haven't got a not straight edge, fret the string both ends, and when you tap it in the middle, just a smidgen of movement, just a little tiny tap, hardly anything. All right, now we can retune. Nice little graphite-y looking string trees, a double string tree. They're not rollers, but they look fine. Now, let's have a little look at action. What have we got here? God, in reverse, action in reverse. How fucked up is this? 1.4 on the low E, which is a little bit low. 1.1 on the high E. That is a little bit low, especially for a Strat. I'm going to wind that up to my preferred. It might get away with it. It might play all right. I have found that if you give a guitar back to a less experienced player and there's a tiny bit of buzz, then they might shit their pants. But it's an electric guitar. That buzz won't get picked up on an amplifier. So you do get a little bit every now and again, unless you want to wind your action up. Just because a string buzzes all the way along just a little bit, it doesn't mean it's wrong. 1.6, 1.4. Lots of people commenting now because people are all jumping on the bandwagon and making these. I've got a couple of different brands that I've bought to see if they're as good as these. A couple from companies that want to work with me, and none of them are as good as the Stu Mac. There is no resistance in that little plunger. When that sits down on a string, which is tuned, it does not deflect the string, not a measurable amount. Every other one I've seen does. It pushes that string down. It will still give you consistency. So it's still not a useless tool, but just be mindful that 1.6 might not be a real 1.6. You've got to get to know your tool, all right? It needs a little bit of love, a little bit of fucking knowledge. But that one is expensive as fuck, but it is the best. Anyway, right, I'm going to match the radius of the strings to the radius of the fretboard, which is 12 inches. I'm going to put on my spectacles. You're going to love this. Have a little look at it, how I look at it. Here we go. So you can see there that when I rest that, I've got the action set on these outer two. When I rest that, see the other strings are not pushing down. Check out this A string. If I just gently push this on, it's not moving the A string. So all I'm going to do is wind this saddle until it does. That's it. It's not an exact, you know. Now when I rest it, see how they both move at the same time? But the D string is not moving. So we'll wind him up. Done. See that? Piece of piss. Powered by Meta. Thanks to Noakes and Habermal and Kerr for giving me some spanking safety lenses. So you can see me route shit. These are even fucking bifocal. Oh, lovely. I love a gadget. I am a nerd. Totally. I think we're ready to go and give it a little try. I'll have a tidy up. I'll see you downstairs. Well, I'll tell you what, that is actually a very... every time I work on a Harley Benton, I think they're fucking great, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with that guitar at all. It's very pretty. I like the noir. I think you're supposed to hold it that way, and you just get me special hand on it. I can't work a lefty. I'm really sorry, lefties, but you are all out in the woods. Oh, definitely. This matte stuff will go shiny. It's 143 quid. The fretwork was pretty damn good, I've got to be honest. Probably could have messed around with the setup and made this play all right without touching and fretalizing and all that sort of stuff. But it's always nice to do a proper job, innit? Thanks for sticking around and hype this video. Like and subscribe. Check you're still subscribed. If you're not, then hit the subscribe button, because if not, I can't respect you. And thanks for coming, everyone. Special wave, and I'll see you next week for another catastrophe of a guitar. But we'll turn it around and make it a worldy. Don't spend £150 on another guitar this week. Buy yourself some tools, get a bit of knowledge, and fuck up what you've already got. See you later.